in the pan, a little olive oil. Because I want to get our onions started in here to start sauteing off. I like to make different type sauces. You know, everybody is typically thinking about a marinara sauce with most Italian dishes. So this is going to be what's called a vodka sauce. It's a cousin of a marinara because it's very similar, but you're going to see a couple little different changes. So we have our onions in, a couple cloves of minced garlic, a little bit of red pepper flake that's going to open up nice and get flavorful. And if you ever wonder why I always season this way, it's because I want that flavor to jump out, especially when it hits the heat. Now, in here, a touch of our Creole seasoning, a little touch of salt, and I'm going to just put a little of white pepper. That's yeah, you saw that exact measurement there? That's exactly how much that was. Oh, look at this. A couple more things that's going to add a nice depth of flavor. Just a little smidge of tomato paste. And now, let's turn this fire real low, a little vodka. This will just bring all of this together. Now, I have fresh basil. I'm just going to tear it and get it in. And you notice I have our tomatoes. Now, as this cooks, I'm just going to kind of take my little wooden utensil here and just kind of break the tomatoes up. Okay? Just going to break them up. Because this is one of these dishes where the longer it cooks, the more the flavors blend together. So now, let's go in with a little balsamic vinegar. Oh, baby. Yes, indeed. There we go. And of course, after this cooks a little bit, we're going to taste it to see if we need to adjust the seasoning. Do we need a little more salt? Do we want to put anything else in? So I'm going to let this cook. Let's go ahead and get the meatballs made. Now, I'm using a combination of ground meat and I'm using some Italian sausage, a nice hot Italian sausage to mix in with the ground meat because this is going to give us flavor. That's why I wanted to just take the Italian sausage out of the casing to mix it with our ground meat. Now, sometimes when I make meatballs, I'll use a little pork, I'll use a little lamb. It just depends on what you feel like when you're making it that particular time. The other thing I want to do with our meats, let's get a little salt, a little bit of Creole seasoning, a little bit of white pepper. All right. Now, let's just go ahead and get this mixed together. But you know what, gang? We're getting close to where I'm going to have to get elbows deep. Oh, yeah. And I'll show you my tricks for making a perfect, what I call a perfect meatball, that I learned from a buddy's Italian grandmother. Could that lady cook? Oh, she cooks so good. So let's get our eggs in.
How many eggs?
Let's get them worked in really good. Come on, baby. Spread out. Come on this side. Okay. Look how wonderful this looks. Before I dive into this, I want to check our sauce.
I can
make
make
sure
this.
Our flavors are just there. So look, I'm going to just take a little bit out the corner here. Oh yeah. I'm just going to let this cook down some more, and when we get ready to serve it, we'll just toss in the cream, our Parmesan cheese. So let's go ahead and finish making our meatballs. Let's go in with a little basil. Let's go in with a little parsley. Also have a little garlic powder. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put in some breadcrumbs. Our breadcrumbs will help get this nice and tight so it'll hold together.
That's what I do when I make
The other thing we're going to put in here
Exactly.
is some Parmesan cheese, a little shredded Parmesan cheese. So let's get our Parmesan cheese in. Okay, time to make a meatball. Oh, baby, look at you. Just make sure you get the cheese mixed in. Just make sure you're seeing that parsley and that basil spread throughout your meat. If you've ever gone